Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the podcast, the only podcast that gives you the real of the real, that sneaker business talk, that real sneaker business talk. So material. And I'm your man, the OGEO. And we are going to do one of our signature marquee episodes for our consistent constituents out there, fans, lovers of the podcast, either on YouTube, on IG, or whatever podcast, system you're listening to right now. You know what it is. It's the A of A, the art of acquisition time. It's what we do here. So we are going to go ahead and give it to T Mark the Street Shark, who is always out here in these streets doing what he does. So between the steals and the deals and the thrills, T Mark, the stage is yours. Show us what you got.
All right, let's do it. You know what I mean? I'm always lurking. I'm always hunting. All right. So you follow us on IG. You follow us on YouTube. You see some of the stories where I'm posting some of the art acquisition findings from Ross. We got Marshalls. We got Burlington Coat Factory. So we're always trying to keep you at least quarterly updates on what's out in these main streets of the DMV. We got a lot of options over here. Just contributing to the community. So check out your Rosses and Marshalls. Not everyone gets the same stuff, but they come in waves. So if you see stuff happening online, start looking at your stores, and you'll see what's going on. So without further ado, let's dive in. First order acquisition that I got recently. I was actually wanted this shoe, but I wasn't paying the $5. All right. So we got the Luka Doncic Jordan brand. All right. This is the Luka 2s. All right. We got the Safari color. Like I specifically, this model has a lot going on, and I only wanted this colorway. So I was happy to see that this popped up. All right. And if you know anything about Ross, the marking on the shoe is the price. Okay. The marking on the shoe is the price. All right. So with that being said, these were $55, $54.99. All right. Not bad. $54.99. All right. Maybe I wanted to say, $49.99, $39.99, you know what I mean? But I wanted this colorway. So boom, and my size, there were more small sizes laying around. So I could have just waited to see if they got marked down again, but I didn't want to take the chance because I went to a couple of stores and I saw the color, but I only saw my size in one store. So I was like, I'm scoping. So there goes the Safari Luka 2s. All right. Got the little 7 on the side, on the interior as well. So, serves a purpose for what Luka's doing right now, and he's over at the Lakers, so he got some yellow in his jersey now. But Luka 2s, comfortable shoe. All right, so that was the only Jordan brand. So shout out to Under Armour. All right, because you'll see in our videos that there's plenty of Under Armours popping up, but we love the Curry brand as well, and more Curry brand stuff keeps popping up. So I'm gonna go in no particular order. We got, what are these, Curry 8s or 7s? All right, so we got
Yes,
some Curry.
indeed.
You're all right. So we got some black and gold Curries. All right, and then as you can see, the interior, I still got the lock together. That's how new they are. If you can see on the inside, got the Golden State logo. Boom, action going on. So most of the Curries are $49.99 or less. Okay. So again, we gotta have that tongue action on over there to see the Curry brand on the tongue. All right. So
Shark, how would you describe the upper? Because that upper is nuts.
with this, it has I like the gold in here too, right? So we got the gold stitching, but then you got this like patent, outline over here, but then this still suede, and then, this is like extra nubucky, just on the pull tab. You know what I mean? And then the inner woven toe box, you know what I mean? Like, I know that this is meant for lightweight performance, which is why there's not one piece upper, right? So with this extra bind, and then of course the flow. cushioning over there just makes these very unique. All right, this is the shoe that he broke the 3-point record in, like the model, not the color. You know what I mean? All right, I do have that anniversary edition in this model, but these were $49.99. All right, and this isn't one of those where they only have size 17s. All right, like they have plenty of these. This is a 13. You got to size up for a Curry brand. So, but they got plenty. Another Curry brand. All right, we got the 11s. All right, got the 11s. Look at that. So it's real. The tag's still on it. Tag's still on it. Where we at? Yep, same thing. What did I tell you? $49.99. All right. I actually like this colorway. And I just thought it was a good shoe just to pick up on the side. I already have these. Thanks to Curry Brand for actually giving both of us the iron sharpens iron colorway of
Definitely.
this particular model. But again, $50. Come on home. You know what I mean? Like I'm more inclined to wear these just because they were cheaper. But again, Curry Brand showing up at Ross. Ross Dress for Less. Shall I keep going? Yes, it can. More Curry Brand. More Flotros. Boom. We're minty fresh over here. All right. Minty fresh. Curry Tulo. Flotro. Curry 2 low Flotro. All right. Now, I got a quick story for these because I'm about to give you guys a tip. All right. Another little tip from the shark. All right. How to navigate through some of these stores because you see that tag on there. You see that price? $49.99. I did not pay $49.99. Okay. So it's real. I actually returned it. I had a return in here so you can't see the difference. But if you can, I'm just going to flash that right there. If you can see, there you go. 30, what? 34.99. All right. So how did I do that? Well, if you notice, we go to Ross again. All right. And you know how they had the big shoes where they're size 17, 18 or whatever? They get marked down first. All right. They get marked down first. So they'll have the sticker and then put a slap of sales, another lower price sticker on top of it. But they won't do it for every size. Okay, they won't do it for every size. But if you're savvy enough and they can just say no. Okay, this is not going to happen 100% of the time. But I've done it enough to do this. So when you go to the register, you take the big ass shoe with the even bigger is a smaller sale price. All right, and then you walk up with the shoe that you want in your size. They will see that it's the same shoe. All right. So you just say, I'll usually act like this one is supposed to be tagged and I don't know. And I was like, hey, this one's missing the sale tag, and then like, you don't have to go any further. So, you got a younger person, they might just be like, oh, okay, well, are you going to return it? No. All right. Well, they'll just scan the other one, take the big shoe and put it back and then honor that price. And that's what happened here. All right. Because I was just like, yeah, I'm not returning it. And then I use the return to actually buy it and then have a store credit left. But at the end of the day, if you see two of the same shoe in a Ross and one of them's a big shoe and it has a sales sticker that the other one doesn't, take them both to the register and try to get them to scan the other one for the lower price. They don't know about the shoes, all right? So if they just see that it's the exact same thing, they won't really argue. I tried to do that in another store recently, and then they went into the system. One dude was so gun-ho, and he went and looked it up in the system, and he was like, no, these are $54.99. It was another model, and I was just like, I don't want it. Because the sales sticker that I had for that particular shoe when I walked up to the register, it said $17.99. And I guess he just didn't believe it, or he was like, "Oh, it's the wrong sticker." And I was just like, "I don't know. I can only go by what the sticker that's on there." You know what I mean? And it should have been on a kid's shoe that was the same model, but he looked it up and it was just like, "Oh yeah, this one isn't on sale." You know, I was just like, "If so, you're not gonna honor the sticker?" And he was like, "Nah," and I just walked away. And I was like, "Nah." He just looked at me and I was like, I'll wait for y'all to mark it down, or else it's just not for me." All right, so Curry 2, low, Flotro. All right. How we doing, OG? We looking good on the Under Armour Curry brand from Braun?
Always. And you have two that we were blessed with in different colorways. So good to see us out there in them DMV streets.
Cool. And again, we're just making this episode short and sweet. You know what I mean? So now I have another surprise. This has nothing to do with shoes, all right? But it's getting the deals. All right. We told you to make one of the tips are to just find, make accounts on different websites, add things to your wish list and then watch the prices go up and down, and then you time, with some stacked coupons, loyalties, or, holiday sales mixed in between with the markdowns, and you'll find a way to get the things that you need, that you want. All right. So this is part of my story too, because I had some stuff at Hibbett Sports on my wish list, and I just watched it, just random things, all right, that I really don't need. But as soon as the price goes down, all right, and then you have rewards that are getting ready to expire, and then there's extra sales, and you're just like, why not? Right? That's my mantra. Why not? All right. So here's your why not moment. I'm not in school. I don't need a book bag, but it was on sale plus discount. So the collaboration with Wilson and NBA Jam. All right. So I got the NBA Jam backpack with the gray static. You know what I'm saying? Wilson. It's just a big top loaded bag so you can throw a ball in there and in your gear as well. All right. Officially licensed by the NBA. All right. And even on the straps, you got the from downtown, razzle dazzle, slammer jammer, and the classic boom
Boom
shakalaka.
shakalaka.
All
Yes,
right.
indeed.
And it has the 9-3 moniker on the other strap. All
Wow,
right.
you make me feel old.
So,
93.
yeah,
I remember
and I
93.
remember
That was a
having
great
the
song.
original NBA Jam game as well. I had it for Sega. And then there you go, NBA Wilson collaboration. All right, this I don't even know what the regular price with this particular one, but $12 later, I got a bag. Okay, so I need it, but for $12, hey, sure, I'll take it. Why not? Stack
Straight
up some stuff.
nostalgia. Straight nostalgia.
So I couldn't walk away without matching the bag for the collection. All right, I already got NBA Jam stuff. Shout out to Curry Brand for the NBA Jam collection. But had to get the basketball. Had to get the basketball itself. All right, so this is going just in the display case, but we got the NBA Jam basketball. All right, with the real NBA Jam logo, and then the Wilson font with the logo. And so this basketball, you can see that the tag is still on that. That's $45 basketball. $45 for this promo basketball. So $9.99 later. So I just got the ball in the bag for basically the dub for $220. All right. I ate more than the $20 that day. All right. So, you know, just little things, you know what I mean? Like, again, the sharks always lurking. I buy the deals when they happen. All right. So again, this is why we're just showing you tips. It's not just the shoes, it's clothes and accessories. Check every section of the websites. You just never know. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was cool, and I actually wanted a basketball with some artwork on it for a section of my of my display case. So when this popped up, I was just like, oh, I might as well. Boom,
And again, coming
boom,
full circle, Shark,
shakalaka.
that's your era. You know what I mean? You got a story behind not only NBA Jam, but the players during that time, the shoes during that time, everything in between. So not just buying just to buy something. It's a story and a connection with that. So full
Yeah,
circle.
exactly. That's the nostalgia. Like if I wasn't there in real time to the game, like this doesn't mean as much. You know what I mean? Which is probably why this collaboration was made for us. It wasn't made for the people who are of age or actively playing in high school and college right now and beyond. It wasn't really meant for you to take this basketball and go play. We barely see kids playing outside in the first place, let alone playing because this is an indoor outdoor ball. You know what I'm saying? But at
And
the end of the day,
to our gamers out there, Shark already said it, but let's put it out there. The NBA Jam game was one of those games that Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Trust me. The NBA
yeah,
Jam was
I
close to
had
the
to do it
arcade on Genesis.
on Genesis. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that we could talk a whole thing about this NBA Jam and the nostalgia. You know, like that was the first 2-on-2, game. Because you really had all the other stuff going on, and the way that it was comical. It added flair to basketball for the first time that you hadn't really seen before. And then all of a sudden, is it the shoes? Like a helicopter, like all of this, you jumping and doing front flips and and you're catching fire. You know what I mean? So like it was just cool. And then you get your Nintendo Power and your other game books and everything like that, and you get the cheat codes, and then you learn how to unlock the other players and the secret players, and then it like that was one of the first games besides like Mortal Kombat. But I felt like NBA Jam had the most unlocked secrets. You know what I'm saying? And then some of it was just like, you mean I can unlock FIFA? I can George Clinton. I can play with George Clinton. Like what? And then just so many other characters in the game. Just really. Just a moment in time. You know what I mean? That we can never repeat that, but it'll always be what it was for that time, and the fact that multiple generations later always refer back to that time. There's a whole brand called Homage that just has
Mm-hmm.
NBA Jam style tees, and every year, whoever the new players on that team, they just get as long as you pay the license, you know what I mean, and it's just always there for that nostalgia. So loved it. You know what I mean? I actually wasn't an arcade NBA Jam guy, you know what I mean? I just went straight to the console. And yeah, Sega Genesis. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I liked all the details of the catchphrases on there. And like that boom shakalaka. That's you know, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Like just again,
He's on fire.
exactly. You know what I mean? So then when you playing, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel like, oh, I hit 2 shots in a row. I'm on fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm from downtown. So just really, being able to live in that moment, and then just a token of my, nostalgia and good times is worth $20. You know what I mean? Well worth the investment. So, yeah. So I think that's a good place to put a pin in this episode. Just really wanted to show off a couple of Ross finds in particular. Maybe I'll do an exclusive one for Burlington. I've seen more Burlington stuff more than I've actually purchased or whatever, but I'm still lurking. There's a couple things that I'm looking for right now because I know that there's some LeBrons are starting to pop up a little bit more. Some next generation LeBrons in particular, and a couple other basketball models that are popping up. But till next time, we'll always keep you posted. So always check out our Instagram and YouTube page for additional footage behind the scenes from, while the shark is lurking out here. My hat is like a shark's fin, so I'm always out here making sure that we contribute to the community, the sneaker community, and when we share, I don't hoard all the information. I let you know, and let you know it's real. All right. So, any last words from the OG before we sign off? Art of acquisition.
Nah, just people stay out in the streets. And if you see any deals, please comment, please post, please let us know what's going on. But if you look through from season one, actually from the exhibition to season one, season two, season three, season four, now we're in season five, we always give you the tips, and Shark stays out in those streets. So by now, if you're a student of the game or even a student of this podcast, you should be up on game. You should be out there getting your steals and deals as well. So Shark, keep it up. I'm looking forward to next time, definitely.
All right. Till next time, friends. Signing off for another episode of the Soul Material Podcast you cheer for, the channel you cheer for. I'm T Mark, the Street Shark.
And your man, the OGEO. Until next time, peace to you.
Sneaker, business, talk. It's the Soul Material Podcast.